live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm trying to hear as always from my brother Tim. And today we get a 3-game NHL slate and a 6, 7 game, 8 game, 9 game NBA slate. Counting. So it should be an interesting slate here. But before we get into today's slate, before we get into today's games, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday in the world of sports betting. And we'll recap, and then we will we'll go ahead to today's slate. Kicking on off in college basketball, we went 8 and 9, down 1.75 units. Tim will go over that when we get to that. In the NBA, I went 2-1-1 yesterday. Winner with the Pelicans plus 3.5 and plus 135 as Brandon Ingram calls game. Push on the Raptors plus 4, a loss on their half-unit money line play. So 2-1-1 in the NBA, up 1.18 units. And then in the NHL, could have been a profitable day if I won a shootout. Instead, it was a losing day. Went 2-3 overall. Lightning team total over, and then the Lightning full game over, both cash. The Blue Jackets money line does not. Neither do the Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. So overall, yesterday, I went 2-3 in hockey, down 1.28 units. Overall, yesterday, 12-13-1, down 1.85 units. So far in 2022, I'm 187, 181, and 12, down to 4.78 units to start the year. Hoping to get that back up to positives today, if not soon. So, what about you, Tim?
Yeah, my jinx for last Woody standing continues. Start off in the NBA. We went 1-1-1. Toronto was a push. Memphis was a winner. Denver. I had them at -3 on my last week standing. I saw at one point they're up like 25 points. I'm like, all right, good to go. Denver, lock it up. We won, and I turned it off, and I thought that was good. I checked ESPN, and it was in the middle of the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden it was a 2-point game. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, and they end up losing the game straight up. So love it. Just love it there. Love to see it. It could have been a 2-0-1 day, instead 1-1-1, and I'm out of the last Woody standing. So love it. 0-3 on NHL yesterday, and then 8-9 with college basketball. I was in the top 5 of the buzzer beater, put in the over for the Florida State game, and it got nowhere near that. Other losers yesterday was the under in the Iona game. Wasn't even close. Jacksonville State, I think they ended up winning, but they did not cover an 11. Texas Tech upset Baylor, but we had the over, and that did not hit. DePaul and Marquette wasn't even close. CMU and EMU wasn't even close. SFA ended up going over with, I think, less than a minute left. Ole Miss and Texas A&M was looking good most of the game, and then scoring died. And then Auburn and Bama went over by 2 points. Winners yesterday, Quinnipiac under, hit that one. That was nice. St. Bonnie over, VCU -17, UMass Davidson under, Akron -8.5, Buffalo and WMU under the 154.5, San Jose State and Fresno State over 127, and New Mexico and UNLV under 151. 8-9 for college basketball, 9-13 overall on the site. There was a couple of games that could have flipped the opposite way, and we could have had a profitable night. Sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. Last night was not the night, and hopefully we could turn it around today. I know I have 4 NBA plays. I think we have 21 college basketball plays up on the site, so lots of action for today. Hopefully we can turn it around and make some money.
Yeah, hopefully, definitely, yeah. So we'll look at the chat, and then we'll head into today's slate.
Hey, guys. Turnsy. Okay, I'm good now. Turnsy's here. Oh, hi, Rat. Yes, go Mats. Let's go ahead and run through some NBA. Yeah. Hey, but CSN, you made it through last Woody standing.
So did I.
So did you. So did my dad. Lots of that. But
So did Lenny.
Shut up. Let's just talk about basketball.
Yeah, we'll kick it on off here. The Charlotte Hornets are at the Philadelphia 76ers. Sixers are 5-point favorites in this game, a total of 226.5. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, both these two teams have been pretty strong lately. 6-4 last 10 for Charlotte, with 7-3 against the spread. 8-2 and 7-3 against the spread for the Sixers. So both of them have been covering spreads as of late. And I didn't get to this game. Honestly, this one was like a coin flip to me. It would be a lean towards the road dog in Charlotte at +5. But I just did not get to this one. Tobias Harris is probable for today's game. Other than that, there's not. Kelly Oubre remains out for Charlotte. Seth Curry is questionable with an ankle injury. Other than that, it's nothing really for injuries in this one. But I passed on this game. I will say out of the 9 games, I got 4 plays. So I was a little bit more selective on today's slate and trying to pick the plays that I really did like. If I didn't want to try to force anything, if I felt like I was forcing something, I backed off of it. So this one was a no play for me.
Yeah, this was a no play for me as well, because I think this line's priced perfectly. I had this game at -5 for Philadelphia. It's -5 for Philadelphia. For my future, I would love the Charlotte to keep winning games, so I can potentially cast that 11-1. They're only 3.5 games behind first place in their division of Miami. So I would love to see them try to catch Miami, even though I bet Miami today. But yeah, I would be leaning towards, I guess, Charlotte in this game. But I think this line's priced correctly.
Yeah. Christina's happy that she made it through. Turnsy made it through too. Okay. Salt in the wounds. Awesome, Turnsy. I'm just waiting for Nick to win back-to-back, and he'll have 3 before I even can sniff one.
It's not that difficult to win, so
shut up. Move on.
Fine. Orlando Magic are at the Washington Wizards. Wizards are 6-point home favorites, total of 216.5. Your thoughts on this one?
This is one of the ones I got to. I'm on Orlando. The Wizards are coming off of a second leg of a back-to-back. They won their game last night. Barely. It was a back-and-forth game with the Thunder, 122-118. So, close game there. Still no Bradley Beal for the Washington Wizards. Carter Jr. Will be a game-time decision today, so stay tuned. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for game-time decision. And then Mo Bamba is questionable for Orlando as well. I just think that Orlando can keep this game close. Washington, second leg of a back-to-back. I don't know. I just feel like this one, I think it's a little bit too many points in this one. So I just went and grabbed Orlando. If one thing, even though Orlando's won 7 games this year, they covered 18 times this year. So they're actually covering a decent chunk of the time that they're not winning. Keep in mind, they're not winning a lot, so I don't expect them to have an over 500 against the spread record. But 18-23 for Orlando, I think that's pretty good, especially a 14-10 on the road. So I'm going to ride with the Orlando Magic, Orlando Magic today, plus the 6 points.
Yeah, this was a stay off for me. I had this game handicapped around 7. It's 6, so not enough value to get to this game. So once again, this one's a pass. I have plays on the next couple, or I have plays on games coming up. This is just another one I didn't get to.
Fair enough. We'll keep on rolling through.
Yeah, this is one I do like. We have the Boston Celtics at the Indiana Pacers. The Celtics are 3-point road favorites, total 211 in this game. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, we just saw these two guys play 2 nights ago. And it was in Boston. This time it's in Indiana, and we could definitely see the difference in the line. Boston was like a -7 in Indiana, in Boston. 3-point spread now. Not anything that I got into. It would be a lean towards Indiana. We saw what they did on the road last time. It was a 3-point game, which I cashed my +7 in that last game. But I'm not dealing with a +3. Indiana is still a little bit beat up with Brogdon and Karis LeVert, both questionable. I don't expect Brogdon to play. He hasn't played since before Christmas. Levert's dealing with COVID stuff, so we'll see it with him. This is a spot would be a lean towards Indiana, maybe even a lean towards the under, but no play.
Yeah, for me, this is a play on Indiana. I got him +3. I got him half unit on the money line. Let me click there at +127. They are 13-6 against the spread as a underdog this year. They're a really good underdog. When they're home underdog like they are today, they are 5-2 this year. So they've been covering. I didn't really look at the Boston side for that, but for this game, I had this game priced around pick'em, Indiana -0.5. So I think that the wrong team is favored in this game. I think that at home, Indiana should have been at least a 1-point favorite in this game. So I'm going to take the line value that I see here. I'm going to take them on the money line. I'm going to take them +3. I think the Indiana Pacers get the job done today.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not going to talk you off of it. No, I don't mind plus money. But we'll go ahead and keep rolling. I got to play in this one, though.
Yeah. Dallas Mavericks are at the New York Knicks. Dallas are 2.5-point favorites in this game. 205 is the total now in this one. Your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, quickly looking at some injuries. Kristaps Porzingis, COVID protocols, is going to be out today. Derrick Rose remains out. Kemba Walker is questionable with a knee injury. Nerlens Noel, conditioning listed as questionable. Other than that, everybody else should be good to go in this game. I'm on Dallas. I am not a believer in this Knicks team. The Knicks have not been good this year, 20-21, and they're 19-22 against the spread. This Mavericks team has actually turned something on lately because they're 7-3, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10, and they're slowly shooting up that Western Conference list because they're now 5th. They passed Denver, they passed the Lakers. They passed a couple of other teams in the last week. So this Dallas team is starting to shoot up. I think they continue to shoot up now. I don't believe in this Knicks team. And at a 2, I got it at 2. I think Dallas takes care of business in this one, maybe even wins by 7, 8, 9 points in this game. So taking Dallas on the spread in this one.
Yeah, for me, this was a stay off. I had this game priced around Dallas -1, so I guess it'd be a slight lean towards the home underdog in this game. Not one I particularly got to, so this one will be a pass for me. But I do have plays on the next 2 games in 3 out of 4.
Sounds good. Good morning. Good morning. Richie B, what's up, Earle Bros? I hit the like. Of course you did. Everybody else should hit the like unless they're not going to win. You know what, guys? I forgot to hit the like button on my on our game time decision stream, so that's why the Denver Nuggets lost.
Oh man!
So
come on, it's all your
fault. You guys
fault.
got to hit the like button.
Jokic is going to come after you now.
Yeah, it really is. All right, Nick, let's keep on.
Yeah, this one should be an interesting one here. Miami Heat are at the Atlanta Hawks in this one here. The Hawks are 2.5-point home favorites, total 224 in this game. Where are you looking?
Yeah, it's a lean towards Atlanta in this game. Not enough for me to bet it. It was this close to me to betting it. Jimmy Butler remains out. Bam Adebayo remains out. Clint Capella is doubtful for today's game on the Atlanta side. Other than that, a couple bench players, but nothing crazy going on in this game. Atlanta's a better I can't really say they're a better home team because they haven't been doing much. They're 8-9 at home and 7-10 against the spread at home. Both these two teams haven't been. I mean, Atlanta hasn't been lighting up anything lately. 3-7, 3-7 against the spread. 7-3, 5-5 against the spread in the last 10 for Miami. Miami's 25-15 this year. They've been doing a lot better, even though they've been dealing with the freaking injury train going back and forth with Butler, Bam, and Harrow and Lowry, and feel like they've never had a game besides, I think, the first game of the season where they had everybody in. So this is definitely a team that's making the best out of what they can. But this one's a pass for me. It would be a lean towards the Hawks at home, but nothing of interest to me.
Yeah, for this one, Tim said he was that close to making Atlanta a play, and I kind of talked him off of it. So let's hope this one wins. I love the Miami Heat in this spot here. This is one of my favorite NBA plays of the day, to be completely honest. I had this game handicapped at Miami -1. If we look what Miami's done so far this season, as an underdog in general, they are the number 1 team in the league at 12-2. As a road underdog, I clicked it wrong. As an away underdog, they are 8-2 this year. This is a team that cashes as an underdog. This is one of those teams where if you're getting plus points with the Miami Heat, you jump on it. And then we take a look at Atlanta here, who's not someone I particularly trust. I mean, we saw those quotes a few weeks ago from Trae Young saying that it's hard to really get motivation during the regular season. Like, how are you coming out and saying things like that? And you're playing a Miami team who has gone through everything, it feels like, with injuries this year. All their big players have been hurt at some point this year. And they're still first place in their division. They're still winning games. We see them all the time. All of a sudden, they're 7-point dogs because half their teams are missing, and they're winning games by 11 in those games. This is a team that, no matter who they have injured, it doesn't seem to ever matter. So, and I think they're the better overall team in this spot. So, give me the Miami Heat. I'll take the plus 2.5. You're giving me plus 2.5 and plus money for this Miami Heat team. I'll take it here. Miami plus 2.5, plus 120.
Okay. All right. Keep rolling. Do you think each NHL game will have over 4 goals today?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah. The Houston Rockets are at the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are 5.5-point home favorites. Total 232. Where are you looking?
This is another one of those games that I was super close to betting. I almost grabbed the Spurs today at minus 5.5. Derek White is going to remain out for the Spurs. Colton Johnson remains out for the Spurs, and Vassell remains out for the Spurs. Sengun for the Rockets is upgraded to questionable. So those are really the only significant injuries for this one. Spurs have been really good this year against the spread. 22-18 against the spread this year. Even 10-7 against the spread at home. Houston, has not been good lately. 1-9 in general, and then 1-9 against the spread. Their only game that they've covered in the last 10 games was when they beat Washington straight up. Other than that, and they've been dogs in every single game. They're getting blown out. So this is definitely would be a lean towards San Antonio. Not enough for me to pull the trigger, but it would be a lean San Antonio in this game.
I'll take your lean and I'll raise you a bet here. I'll take San Antonio minus 5.5. This is a team that's also 5-2 as a home favorite. So when they are favorited, they are usually favorited for a reason. Overall, they are where was that number? 6-5 as a favorite this year. But when we look at what this Houston team has done as an underdog this year, 14-22-1. They're getting blown out and they're losing against the spread by a good chunk in those. And they're losing those games by average of 11.5 points a game. And against the spread, they lose it by 3.4 points a game. So this is a team that, as an underdog, struggles to cover spreads as an underdog. And I had this game handicapped at Spurs minus 9. So I thought they should be even a bigger favorite in this game. So I'm going to rock with the Spurs here, plus the 9 points against one of the worst teams as an underdog this year.
There you go. I don't mind that at all. But I know I like this next game. It's probably one of my favorite games of the day.
Yeah, the Utah Jazz are hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Jazz are 5.5-point home favorites, total 223 in this game. We're getting points with the Cavs, Tim. Where are we looking?
We are looking at the Jazz. This is going to be a very situational spot that I was jumping on. Cleveland's on their 4th game of an out west road trip, where they've played against Sacramento, they played against Golden State, and they played against Portland, and they've covered in one of those 3 games, which was against Portland, which Portland is not a good team. They got blown out by Golden State by 14 points, and they couldn't cover a 4-point spread or whatever, 5-point spread against the Kings team that's not particularly good. The Jazz, on the other hand, I know they haven't been playing as well lately. They're coming off of a couple of ugly losses to Detroit, to Indiana, and to Toronto. Keep in mind during those times they were without a good chunk of their 3 or 4 starters. The only player that they're going to be without today is Rudy Gobert, who is entering health and safety protocols, and then they're out with Rudy Gay as well. Joe Ingles is questionable. He should be back today though. I think this is just 100% a good situational spot for the Utah Jazz to keep rolling. Or not to keep rolling, but to get a bounce back spot against a team that's been out west for a while. Yes, I realize that Cleveland has been the best team against the spread this year. But keep in mind, looking at their last 10, they've covered in 2 games, which was the one against Portland, and then when they blew out Toronto when Toronto had 4 out of their 5 starters out. They also pushed against Indiana on the second, but Cleveland has not been as good against the spread as we've hoped lately. I think that the Jazz take care of business tonight at home versus the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sounds good. Yeah, this is a game that I did not get to. I had this game handicapped at 6.5. It is 5.5. So if you give me 4.5 with the Jazz, then sure, I'll think about it. But this is a stay off for me as well.
Fair enough. Yes, the like button is a must. Heat. There you go. Yo, Earle, the Grizz kid. Yes, Grizzlies. I like it. I like them. They cashed my ticket yesterday. I don't have the jersey on. I had the Memphis jersey on earlier, but I switched to a sweatshirt. Got 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, this is my last game with a play on it too in the NBA today. We have the Kings hosting the Lakers. Lakers are 3.5-point road favorites. It's a total of 231.5. Where are you looking here?
Yeah, this is 2 teams that I normally love to fade, Lakers and Kings. And now they're playing each other. This one's a layoff spot for me. Borderline, I can't call it a 1-800-GAMBLER because still the Lakers are in it. But these are 2 teams that do not cover spreads. Quickly pulling up that 17-24 against the spread record for the Lakers. They're currently 4th from the bottom. They cover their spreads about 41.5% of the time. 18-25 for Sacramento. They cover about 41.9% of the time. So those teams are bottom of the list here in terms of their bottom 5 in terms of covering against the spread. Not a matchup I want to get involved in. Maybe lean towards the over because the Lakers have been going over a bunch lately, and Sacramento does not play defense. But at the same time, I'm not interested in this game. I'll have something in the last game, though.
Yeah, for me, this is a pretty plain and simple play for me. I see this as a pick 'em, and I'm getting plus points and plus money on one side, so I'm going to take it. Give me the Kings plus 3.5, and give me the Kings on the money line here at, I believe, around plus 135. And I have this game at Lakers minus 0.5 point, so I'm seeing around 3 points of line value here on this game. And if we look at the Lakers here as a favorite this year, they are the second worst team as a favorite this year, 10-19 against the spread. And when they're a favorite on the road, that's a home favorite. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. I believe they're even worse. They are 2-5. So this is a team that's not particularly covering spreads as a favorite at all this year. So this is pretty plain and simple. If you're getting plus money and plus points to fade the Lakers, you go ahead and do it. So give me the Kings here plus the 3.5 and plus the 135 on the money line.
Okay. Most confident over under, most likely under in the NBA today. Most likely over, most likely under. Most likely over, probably that Laker game or the Spurs game. Most likely under the Orlando game. I didn't bet any totals today though, so sorry if that doesn't really help. Final NBA game of the day. Next.
Yay!
At least we get through the NBA games in 20 minutes. Whenever there's a big NHL slate, that always lasts 45.
Well, I know. I like breaking down the hockey games. Chicago Bulls are hosting the Brooklyn Nets here. The Bulls are 2-point home favorites, total 233. Where are you looking here?
I'm on the Bulls. I grabbed them on the money line instead of dealing with the 2 points. They're 9-1 their last 10 games, 6-4 against the spread. Brooklyn's been on a little bit of a funk. They're 4-6 their last 10 and 2-8 against the spread, and they have not covered since December 27th. They've missed covering in 7 straight games. Those are against Portland when they lost straight up. They won in overtime by 2 points against the Spurs. They lost straight up to Milwaukee. They only won by 8 against Indiana. That was the game that Kyrie came back. They lost by 14 to Memphis. They lost by 4 to the Clippers. They lost by 8 to the Suns. This is not a good team right now. I feel like this whole Kyrie Irving thing has really messed with their groove. They were doing really well before that, and now he's in and out and in and out, and they're on the road today, but he's out because of an ankle injury. This is ridiculous. I don't like the fact that Kyrie is messing with it. This team was doing fine without him. Harden, knee injury is questionable for today as well. I like the Bulls in this matchup. I think they get the job done against the Nets team that does not win against good opponents. I believe they're like 0-8 against the top teams in the East, including the Bulls, the Bucks, and who else was in that list? Bulls, Bucks, and Heat. So this is not a team that I really want to be messing with. I'm on the Bulls side.
Yeah, it's crazy, and as bad as Brooklyn's been against the spread this year, though, one situations they are good as ATS or as underdogs when you're getting plus points with them. They're 4-1 this year, but yeah, I'm not touching this game. We know the Bulls are coming in off that hard-fought win last night where they had to really go and sweat it out, 133-88, was it, against the
I forgot they even played last night.
Yeah, an absolute blot. So, yeah, it's not like the back-to-back is really going to hurt them because half their team didn't play in the second half. So, this is, I guess, a lean towards the Bulls in this spot for me here. I had this game priced around 3, and it's 2.5. No interest in betting this game, so pass to end the slate.
Yeah, I will say real quick, it was 33-87, and the starters for the Bulls didn't really play much. 27 minutes for Vucevic, 29 minutes for Levine, 27 minutes for DeRozan, and Ball played 27 minutes as well. When you have they didn't even play, they played slightly more than half the game, which is nothing compared to the average 35 to 40 minutes that each one of those players are getting. So yeah, they should be coming in rather rested into this game. I like the Bulls.
Fair enough.
But we finished the NBA slate, and we'll go ahead and jump into some hockey now. Only 3 games, so it should be about 30 minutes worth of hockey content.
Yeah.
We'll start off Montreal Canadiens at Boston taking on the Bruins. Bruins, a slight 345 favorite in this game, total of 6. Where are you looking in this one there?
Yeah, time for, you said 30 minutes of hockey. All right, so let me try to figure out how to talk about this game for 10 minutes then.
No.
No, but looking at this matchup here, we have Boston coming in 19-11-2. They're 14-18 against the spread. They're 16-16 over under, 9-6-1 at home. Montreal 7-23-4 this year. Really big step down considering they made the Stanley Cup last year. 13-21 ATS, 16-17 over under, 13-3 away from home. They've lost 3 straight games heading into this. Granted, they were playing with nobody. They haven't played in 11 days. So this could be a rusty team, but they're getting players back. That's the thing. It's not going to be the AHL lineup that they played with last time. Looks like they might be getting Dvorak back and Armia back. So there are players they are potentially getting back. Obviously, they're still without a bunch of players. And here's the thing, though. I don't think Boston should be a minus 345 favorite versus anybody, to be completely honest. It'd be a lean towards, I guess, Montreal. If I had to bet this game on the money line, I might look at Montreal plus a goal and a half. That might be a play later in the day. Once they confirm who's going to be in net, you can get or who's in net, who's playing in general. Once they work out their injuries there, Montreal plus a goal and a half is plus 125. So that could be a nice little spot there for the Canadiens. I know they haven't played in a while, so maybe if you like the Bruins, just take them first period puck line at even money rather than full full game puck line at -145. I like the over in this game, though. That's eventually where I got to in this one. Over 6. I wouldn't talk you off of Montreal team total over or Boston team total over, something along those lines. I think we see goals in this game. So I'm going to just go with the over, though, in this game.
That works. Keep on rolling. Seattle Kraken, Dallas Stars. Dallas is about a -195, -200 favorite in this one, total of 6. I know you guys talk about this one on Net Picks and Chill every Tuesday at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Picks and Parleys. What do you like in this one, man?
Yeah, I also did a free pick video on this last night as well. And I was waiting for one line to come out as well, and it did. So I bet them both. I'm on the over 6 and the team total over for the Dallas Stars. Looking at this spot here, let me get it up on to, there we go. Kraken are playing like an expansion team. They are 10-20-4 this year. They are 14-22 against the spread. They are 22-10 over under, playing to a lot of overs this season. 4-9-2 on the road. Dallas is 17-13-2. They're 16-16 against the spread. They're 11-21, playing to a lot of unders. 13-3-1 at home, though. This is a different Dallas team at home than on the road. And Seattle is not a team I'm looking to back right now. They've lost 6 straight games. They have gone over in 3 straight games as well. They are 30th in the NHL, giving up 3.68 goals per game. They are 24th in the NHL with a 77.3% penalty kill. This is just not a good defensive team, Seattle. On the other side, Dallas had their 4-game winning streak snapped last game when they lost 2-1 to the Blues. They gave up 2 goals in the last, I believe, minute and a half in that game to lose. And this is going to be probably a pissed off Stars team. That's why I like the team total over. I think they come in and score some goals. And I wouldn't talk anyone off of -145 in regulation. That may be a play I add later in the day, Dallas Stars and reg. So that's where I'm looking in this one. I like the Stars team total over 3.5 and the over 6. I might add the Stars and reg later as well at -145.
Yeah, that sounds good. Today looks like an ugly day with Dallas being the smallest favorite of the day at around -200.
Yeah.
So lots of juice. So not really a pretty NHL slate, but we'll go ahead and finish it on out. The Toronto Maple Leafs are at Arizona to take on the Yotes. Toronto's around a -295 in this game. Total is 6. Where are you looking at this one, Nick?
Yeah, we have Toronto coming in on a second half of a back-to-back. They were in Vegas last night, went to a shootout, won that game, unfortunately. I had Vegas go the Knights. It's confirmed Peter Mrazek is going to be in net here for these Maple Leafs. He last played on December the 11th, so he hasn't been in quite a while. It's been the Jack Campbell show in Toronto as we expected so far this season. And I know they're playing the Coyotes, which it's supposed to be Scott Wedgwood in net. Could be Kirill Vizmelka. Keep an eye out. Nothing's confirmed yet. And here's where I'm going to approach this one here. I don't say the Coyotes win this game straight up. I say they keep it close, though. I took +1.5 here with Arizona at around -103. It's around even money now. I think Arizona, at the very least, keeps this game close, keeps this game competitive. And this could be a 3-2 type of game. This could be a 4-3 type of game. Coyotes have been scoring a little bit more lately compared to what they have been doing. Previous to that, they put up 2 goals against Nashville, 6 goals against Chicago, 7 goals against San Jose. So they've been scoring more goals since the break. So this offense has been picking up a little bit. They're they're now at 2.18 goals scored per game. That was in the ones for a very long time. They're still 31st in the NHL for that. They're 32nd in the NHL goals allowed at 3.79. So this is still, don't get me wrong, this is still a bad Arizona team. But situationally, I think they can keep it close against the Toronto Maple Leafs, who went to overtime last night on a second half of a back-to-back.
There you go. Wow. We made it through the entire card in 35 minutes. But before we go and jump into a recap and everything for today, I'm going to go ahead and roll the bumper.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, listen to the pretty girl. She knows what she's talking about. Yeah, that's the whole entire slate. Quickly, housekeeping and then recap and then head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, Premium Plays, merch, TikTok, and the Earle Sports Bets website, all linked down below. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, Craig did his show earlier. Me and Nick live now. Higgs live around 12. Allie at 1:30. Game time at 6. Bunch of different free pick videos and stuff coming out later on today. So stay tuned for all that good stuff and lots of content coming out from the Earle Sports Bets, Picks and Parleys, and Winning Free Picks pages on YouTube. Quick, we need to update that video. Yeah, we'll do that sometime. Small slate for me today: Orlando +6, Dallas -2, Utah -5.5, and the Bulls on the money line for me. Nick?
Yeah, smaller slate for me as well. Pacers plus the points and on the money line. Heat plus the points and on the money line. Spurs -5.5. The Kings plus the points and on the money line as well. In the NHL, a couple overs here. Boston and Montreal over. Dallas and Seattle over. Dallas team total over. Might be adding the regulation line, so keep an eye out. I'll put that as a community post if I do. And then the Arizona Coyotes plus a goal and a half against the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight.
Sounds good. Nick, go ahead and finish on out the stream for today.
Yeah, should just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. And turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here on ESB, which is anywhere from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here, as always, by my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys, and good luck.
See you.